Hey.
Thanks, Luis.
Yep.
This is for you.
Huh?
Sharon forgot to sign him last night before she left. We need him for the file.
All right. I'll see it's taken care of.
Luis, you really think you needed to arrest her?
What was I supposed to do? Look, especially after the way that singer was shot and killed down by the wharf. I mean, that could have been Sheridan, Sam.
Unless someone wanted Crystal dead for a reason.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's the case. It could have been random. And Sheridan's like a walking bullseye the way she strolls around Harmony at all hours of the night. Not only that, look, but who's to say that those drug thugs who blew it in Paris don't come back here and try and finish her off? They start shooting at her, innocent bystanders could get in the way. I'm telling you, she is a threat to the community.
I know, the community.
What, and you think that I overreacted?
I'm not saying you did anything wrong.
Damn straight. I specifically went exactly by the book.
I just don't think the book covers much in the way of personal feelings.
Not this again, Sam.
Look, Luis, every time I turn around, it seems like you've pulled Sheridan into your life again. You know, check it out, Luis. Not for me, for yourself. I mean, do you think it's possible that you're in love with Sheridan?
Me in love with Sheridan? Where do you get these ideas, Sam? Are you sneak reading Grace's romance novels at night?
I'm just telling you what it looks like.
Well, maybe you ought to look a little harder. Look, I'm sorry, right? Now, I'm just sick of everyone and their brother telling me that I got something going on with Sheridan. All I tried to do was protect a citizen, which last time I checked was part of my job description.
Easy, Luis. I'm just trying my damnedest to keep you from going back to jail. The only reason Julian Crane dropped those kidnapping charges was on the condition that you stay away from his sister.
I know what I promised, and I'll keep my end of the deal as soon as I get Sheridan to sign these papers.
Hey, have you ever considered having another officer take care of it?
Look, it's my case. I'll see it through to the end. No, I'm not afraid of Julian. I'm not afraid of anybody.
All right. Do what you have to do. Just be careful. Luis, I need to pick your brain on the singer's homicide last night.
What you got?
Well, I did a background check on Crystal, and it looks like she might be connected to somebody here in Harmony. Check it out.
So Crystal lived in Paris.
For 20 years. It would take a year or so.
So what are you saying?
Hasn't your friend Sheridan lived in Paris on and off for a good part of her life, too?
And you think that's who Crystal's connected to in Harmony?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, well, I gotta call her anyway.
Crane Residence.
Yeah, this is the Harmony Police Department. Can I speak to Miss Crane?
I recognize your voice, Luis.
Oh, it's you. I didn't realize people like you answered their own phones.
What do you want? Have you found some other petty ordinance that I've broken? Or are you just trying to quiz my bodyguard as to my every move since you last saw me?
Who's that?
You know, instead of shooting your mouth off, why don't you try to listen to me for once?
Why should I listen to you when you never listen to me?
Miss Crane?
No, this is Ethan. Who's this?
Sam Bennett. Look, since your aunt and my officer can't seem to say two words to one another without sounding like a couple of 7-year-olds on the playground, I wish you could help me out with something.
I'll try.
We're looking into the background of the woman who was murdered at the wharf last night.
Yes?
Yeah, she lived in Paris for the last 20 years or so. I wonder if your aunt ever ran into her there.
I never heard of her before.
Sheridan says...
Yeah, I got that. I just thought I'd ask since they both spent some time over there.
Well, if that's all...
Actually, Ethan, there's one more thing. Could you ask Sheridan to come in to close out the file on her arrest last night?
Yeah, I'll pass it on.
Thanks, Ethan. What is with you, Luis? You can't even ask Sheridan a simple question without it turning into a verbal free-for-all?
She's impossible.
Look, I don't want to hear it. Just when she comes through the door, have her sign the form, and don't talk to her anymore. All right? I got work to do.
Hey, so you still think Crystal knew someone here in Harmony?
It's a possibility. If she did, I'm going to find out who it is. You're here. Let's wrap this up quickly, huh?
No problem. So, if you'll just sign here, we won't need to bother you again.
Well, that's the best news I've heard all day, even if I don't believe you.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find some new and irritating way to interfere with my life. Who knows, if you get bored, maybe you can bust me for jaywalking in my own driveway.
You need a pen?
What, am I taking too long for you? Perhaps you didn't know that some people do like to read what they're about to sign.
Just for your information, this is totally routine procedure.
All right, then. I guess this is it.
That's right. We don't ever have to see each other again.
Finally.
Don't let her out of your sight.
I know my job, officer.
Would you two please stop talking about me like I'm not even here? Besides, none of your business anymore, Luis.
Thank goodness.
Let's go, Mike.
You gotta stop thinking about her. She's a big girl. She's got a good, professional bodyguard with her 24/7. She'll be all right.